into the Counter-Strike. JJH International take on InTheClub for a spot here in the closed qualifiers. Let's head to the game, Neo. Let's head to the action now as we go live. Map 1 underway. And well, let's jump straight into things, Neo. It's Dust2. It's our chance to strike. It is our chance to watch some Counter-Strike. Finally, mate, hopefully we get to piece together a whole map and we don't have problems.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, we got 13 rounds yesterday, and then it went to a bit of a mess. Speaking of, into a short bit of a mess. Face crack for the first, jabs in for the quick trade. Numbers kept the same. Short control gained by the T's here.
InTheClub, they're going for it. They want to run fast, limited utility, so it's going to have to be these Glocks that just send it in full force. It's lots of util. It's lots of chances and opportunities to take this side. As Blue punches in the digits, Sly will get a kill, but Blue Phoenix from short, he'll respond with one, but Blue's here to double up, and it's just down to Dafcost, a 1v3, and Blue's found his third. InTheClub on the board.
Yeah, it's a lovely showing there for Blue individually. 3 kills was named, doesn't get traded. Bomb gets planted too. If InTheClub, that's the perfect T-side start on Dust2. And to mention as well, Dust2 notoriously a little bit tough at times to get the ball rolling, get momentum going in your favor. It's a really, really solid start from them because it gives them a lot of economy to work with. Triple AK-47 coming out. The Scout picked up a whole host of utility, and that Deagle is just a little bit of a support player too. They should be picking up a second here.
The follow-up definitely is in good taste with the buy that they've provided. You are damn correct. JJH International, they themselves, 3 Deagles, 157, 1 Scout. Not the greatest of buys, not the one that boasts the most force, but definitely one that can stop InTheClub dead in their tracks. So we'll have to wait and see. As round 2 kicks underway, slow start here for InTheClub. They want to make sure that they're the team to capitalize off the mistakes and not the team to fall into one.
Yeah, very slow here, and I think this is actually the best way for ITT to play this. Speaking of the face action, to find yet another opener. The only thing is, his only upgrade is a Deagle, and I don't think he's going to take it. Stick with the 5-7, stick with the util.
Mestal, Deagle in hand, it's a team kill! Mestal's claimed 2, he's going to try and pick up a gun. Joker will trade, it's the Scout no-scope, and he himself will upgrade to an AK, and they will try to make the advancement. The bomb in no man's land, and another tag coming in, and a 5-7, a face crack lines up 3, and just like that, JJ International, excuse me, they're back on the board, they're back in full force, and more importantly, they've taken 2 AKs and a Scout with them.
I mean, of all the rounds for JJH to take in their favor, how is it that one? Again, it's face crack final that opener. Again, he gets the man advantage, and what he does this time, which is a little bit better, is he keeps it. He doubles it down and makes it a third. In fact, it's a brilliant showing from him on the individual stars. That B hold is brilliant as well. Mestal does everything right.
Nice shot from Joker at the start of this round, though. The Scout as well, firing off towards middle. Tricky. Oh, tag through the doors. Good spam. Achieving at least his goal of doing something. Spam from Sly. Oh my word. What a Deagle's made of today, mate. I have no clue what InTheClub are using. But that's definitely the Deagle that I don't get when I buy it in this game.
Mine doesn't do that. Not at all. I mean, they are hitting heads, and now it's back to a 3 versus 5. They've picked up a couple of weapons to work with. It's really not too bad of a position for them to be in, generally speaking.
But there's still plenty of time to mess this one up. 1 minute and 10. There's 2 AKs on that JJH side. They've got to make sure that their next approach is taken correctly. Blue Phoenix tags up low HP on the Joker. And unfortunately, Shrapnel will be his enemy. As HE pops, and it will take down the first of 5 players on the InTheClub side. A second kill follow-up for Blue Phoenix. A Dink Mestal taking a fight towards long, but Blue Phoenix not done just yet as he drops a third. More with the 4th, Mestal with the 5th. It's 2 AKs that survive. It's a very sloppy round for JJH, but they just about piece it together.
Really, really well played. I mean, there's very little you can complain about in watching that. In terms of they have the better firepower, and they managed to slow the tempo down a bit. The start, abysmal. Not what you're looking for at all. To give away those opening 2 kills immediately was very, very concerning. Thankfully, JJH were able to kind of slow down the tempo, slow down their mannerisms a little bit, and then play off the fact that they had the better firepower. And luckily, they work in their favor down towards Mismo. Nice and aggressive MP9s, rattling off for 2 for more. It's so easy, so comfortable. Face crack gets a double 2, and in a matter of seconds, this pistol round has been decimated.
Yeah, no problems at all. MP9s, it's maximum money as well for that CT side, considering the weaponry that they brought into this round. So, you know, easy pickings, right? You get yourself a few kills between you, $1,200 on a couple of these players added extra. But more importantly, they can afford to take a bonus buy in this round. Mestel and Blue Phoenix, they've got AKs. Davkos buying into an AWP. So this is the only serious investment made heading into round 5. But JJH have stacks of cash sat behind them right now. And that's a luxury that in the club they don't quite have just yet. And they go for a full buy and already being punished. It's a wall bang doing everything but 19 to Tricky. And the HEs are doing good as well.
MP9 finding damage and a second as well. More again with a double MP9 opener. Looking for a third, but the Eagle won't be able to find it. Traded out, but he himself gets dropped by Metzel.
Brilliantly done. 4 versus 2. It's an explosive in-your-face play. One that benefits the MP9 in the close quarters range. Will only give JJH a strong chance of taking 4 as tapping away. Blue Phoenix, he'll find 1. Mestel will close the show, and it's 4-1. It's triumphant, but more than anything, it's definitive and dominant Counter-Strike shown by the Israeli side.
Safe to say as well that this is already been some electric Counter-Strike being played here. I mean, it is, you know, these rounds are getting sorted for the most part in kind of the first 30, 40 seconds. These guys are going for it. They're not giving up that tempo. They're not allowing the other side to try and dictate a bit of momentum here. It's working really well. And as you mentioned, for ITC, that was such a hefty investment. Now look at the economy. Not great. Davkos going to make it even worse as he drops Tricky too.
Blue Phoenix, he'll find another kill, taking his tally to 6. Only the single death. Davkos firing off with the AWP, and he will eventually find the mark. Blue, the last man standing here in a 1 versus 5, and it is done flawlessly by the JJH side. They continue to prosper for InTheClub. It was a bit of a blip. It was an eco. Now they can fall by. There's an AWP in the picture as well, but we really need to start seeing results here, Neo. This is it for InTheClub. If they can't pull one up here, then, yeah, that's done.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, this is starting to, you know, potentially get a little bit worrying, right? Look at the gap that we built up here. It's a 4-round buffer already built up, where ITC are stuck in this really rough spot in terms of they're getting full buys out, but then they lose the round. It's rinse and repeat, back to double eco. There's the opener. Joker gonna fuck. Davkos goes aggressive, gets punished.
That's a brilliant shot, and a second kill as well. Face crack, way too close. Not expecting Blue to be sitting on the other side of it, and he's able to escape with his life as well. Now it's the spam, and you can hear all the noise made. Keeping the man advantage is important. Moore's going to draw back one of the numbers, but Jabs will only extend it. 1 point of health, but that's enough to keep him alive and put JJH down a notch. Mestel towards middle. Job to do, and oh my god, he executes for a double. A third man spotted. Mestel's looking to make it his round. His name may be scratched into the history books as he finds himself a third. And it is Sly against 2, with the bomb dropped in the open as well. It's a tedious task to get the C4 back and to his attention. Turn to try and take an engagement, but he realizes that bomb, it's going to force JJH into an uncomfortable one. And so maybe that's his next task to take.
And they can play time here. Numbers in their favor. Got the man advantage, got the health advantage, and the utility too. With the bomb down, and they can just wait, hold, and Moore will clean things up. Mestel was perfect there. Moore gets double too, and that continues the success, the hot streak of JJH to extend it to a 5-round buffer. 6-1 and InTheClub. What was the dream start? Not the dream continuation.
It has been as effortless as could be for the JJH side ever since that second round response. It was a Deagle and a 5-7 from Face Crack that delivered that equalizer. And since then, you talked about it, the unbeaten run continues. For Joker, he's able to punch a hole straight through the head of Davkos's head, but a quick response from Moore, putting things into a 4 versus 4. It's a steep investment. InTheClub starting to panic, but they have found numbers level here at the minute 30 mark.
Good start. Again, this has been the story, though. InTheClub, very good at finding the start and then the finishes. And there, the nade will come through, but it's Face Crack to find the kill. Tricky falls. They look to double down on the numbers, but they've got the B sides.
Yeah, this is nicely taken care of. InTheClub still with a chance, but this bomb is left in isolation. Joker will have no clue. Missed shot as well, meaning the bomb dropped, and the odds of Jabs winning this round start to dwindle even more so. And with that, InTheClub down to just the 1 to try and double the round count. Headshot not quite found, and already his position compromised. Neo, that gives JJH their 7th. An effortless start for a pick that isn't even theirs here on Dust2. A 7-1 beginning is definitely the right way about it.
Yeah, this is really looking very, very good. And this is what we spoke about with JJH, what they can bring to the table in terms of, because they have individuals that are so good at finding success on their own, they're allowed to kind of free roam, right? And play aggressive, play overzealous in their nature because it's working. They're so reliable time and time again in terms of their mechanical prowess. And that's what allows this team to find so much success.
Looking good. Utility for InTheClub, quite minimal this round as well, but they've taken towards the unmanned A site for now. A smoke that covers off what I can only guess is a 4-man boost. A bit up in the sky, but it's alright. Flash chucked in by Meztal, and he starts to get the sensation that maybe this is the A site play rather than something towards mid or B. And a boost. Now give elevation to this AK. Is messed up the first time. A molly dropped in from Tricky. It's going to cover off short as the forces come in from long. Davkos, first kill, a second one with the AWP as well. He's pinpoint accurate so far as he looks for a third. Blue will eventually get a trade for his teammate. Meztal trying to get his hands dirty. The spray is wild as Meztal finds a second kill. The AK on for a third. USP, the sidearm drawn. It will not quite be the hat trick, but it's face crack to retaliate. And with that, JJH, it's an 8-1 scoreline.
I think it's safe to say that things are getting a little bit concerning right now. I gotta say, I'm really getting a little bit nervous because this has not been what we would hope for from ITC. And you got to take into account as well, IT has some really decent performances, generally speaking. Looking towards sort of, yes, they've taken out Ooredoo Thunders, huge, 16-14 in a tight game against a number 3 seed. They beat them before that as well, took down 15 average in overtime, 22-20. I mean, they put up good performances, but they are going to decimate as Blue Phoenix finds 2. Trade comes through, but more going to double it down as well. And this round's more or less done. It's Joker with an Eagle. Well, let's be honest, he's not Final Four.
Brilliantly done. Davkos will take the last, and JJH International make it a 9-1 scoreline. CT side has looked phenomenal so far, Neo. It was only the pistol round that they lost out on, and it has been 9 consecutive rounds that leads them at a minimum with a 3-round gap heading into that second half. It's a statement made, and JJH, you can see the hunger, the determination to win that spot in the closed qualifier. This is the road to Rio, people. This is no, usual qualifier, maybe, for one of the smaller events. This is the big one. This is the event of the year. And JJH, I mean, if you start as you mean to go on, this is going to be one very easy swoopers away to that close quali.
We have seen teams go for these open quals all the way to the major. Copenhagen Flames, top 8 at the last major through open quals. There is a room and a world and a possibility where teams make it far in the major, and it all starts here at these best of ones, these best of threes, and so far, JJH are making a statement here for the Middle East. They are doing some significant damage as Meztal going to find yet one more. In terms of a Bianca, his play has been perfect, and he's going to find one more. What is that shot?
Meztal makes it look so damn easy. Joker will find nothing, and it is Jabs, a 1 versus 5. That shot, ludicrous from Meztal. I mean, he's kind of half-blind in his own smoke, and he fires through another one, and Blue Phoenix will make it flawless for the JJH side. It's 10-1, it's double digits, and it is damn promising for the Israeli side.
Ah, it's so impressive so far. 9-round lead. I'm getting a little bit concerned. This is the match that we would have touted as being arguably the most even of the 2 better threes. And so far, not so good. I mean, JJH have been dominant, and this is why we said that does this arguably make them the favorites now because of how well they're playing. SG's come out, tapping away, gonna find himself one, but just one for the time being.
And I mean, the conversion rate from these 5v4s where JJH have been the man down has been unbelievable. Face crack, he will lose his life. Blue gonna try and go for heroics out towards middle. Executed only for the 1. Jabs, it's a messy spray, but good damage done to both parties. But Blue Phoenix, what a position, what a chance. Ice in his veins, Blue Phoenix, for a double kill. Isolating the frags, isolating the bodies, and they drop like flies. InTheClub down to 2. Tricky gonna try and fire off, but Blue Phoenix isn't done just yet. As he draws the M4 out, it will be for the final time. As Tricky to take him down. But from what was a 2-man advantage, a 5v3 in favor of InTheClub has now dwindled down to a 1v3. But Tricky, he's found 2. It's Meztal against him, bomb in his back pocket. He's going to try and make his way around as Tricky finds the headshot. Clinical accuracy with the premium rifle, and that gives InTheClub a second. What a round.
Oh, that was hectic. I mean, what a round that was. I thought Blue Phoenix had done enough. I mean, that triple alone, he turned the tide. Their numbers went back in favor of JJH. But what they didn't take into account is how low the remaining two players were for JJH. And for Tricky, he's able to close things out. I've got to say, that final headshot was nothing short of spectacular, though.
Nice shot from Tricky. How many times are we going to see kills through smokes in this game? I don't know. I really don't know. Round 13. Blue's made his way very speedily up towards short. Missed molly. Face crack will sit behind it. Good damage. He will indeed find the headshot. Very aware that there could be a second man on site. Mestel having none of it. And the molly, I think maybe Mestel would have picked up on the steps in on short. As Tricky tries to funnel his way through middle. There's going to be an engagement in middle. AWP versus AWP. Tricky's got it beat.
Gets leg down to 2 points of HP, and that spurred on a rotation back over towards B. It's a foot race, and one in which, for the time being, Mestal will win, but the AWP, does he realize it's made its way out towards mid? It will be dropped nonetheless. 7 points of HP, and face crack brings numbers back in favor of the CT side.
Spam coming out, Mestal. It, of course, is Mestal. Of course. 15-4. 11 to the scoreline. He's having one hell of a game. 13 on more as well. 12 on Blue Phoenix and face crack. I mean, I'm holding tab right now, and you see to the other side, Neo, there's no firepower that matches what JJH are holding right now. They are killer.
Mesdor, I said it earlier, but his B-side anchoring has been nothing short of spectacular because he's very, very calm. He's patient. He's waiting for the opportunities, but he's always good for a double, and that is what you need when you're playing that B-side anchor.
See what InTheClub have in store for us this round. A 1-for-1 face crack gone. Blue Phoenix gone. An AWP of Dafcost on the angle will find one. And who better to have in this scenario than Mestel? He's able to isolate another. Zly with the scout trying to find some damage, but nothing going to be pulled up with the scout at least. Jabs has made his way through middle more. Most certainly he's going to lose his life. That bomb, it could make its way towards B. Miss shots, Mestel. Oh, no. Didn't expect him to be in the corner. And so Dafcost left in a 1-on-2. Leg shot. Only the leg shot, and look, stunned Davkos left.
Yeah, he doesn't know what to do now, and now, of course, he has to be so cautious of this rotation back over towards the B side. And he knows they're going there, right? So it's about how does he want to play this, but mid's being held.
Surely it's done, right? Davkos just has to play a game of patience. Going to see the smoke land over the door. Oh, he has a good idea that Jabs could be in middle, and if he can isolate this one-on-one, it would be massive, but Jabs will deny. A third on the board for InTheClub. Looking promising. I mean, the latter part of this half has definitely been better than the first, the former part of this half.
For sure.
But 3 rounds, maximum of 4 that's going to be put up on this T side is not a scoreline I think InTheClub would want to be seeing at the halftime whistle.
Yeah, I think it's also not what we really expected either. And we said that this was probably arguably one of the ones that could be slightly more even. It's not been the case. That's all credit to how good JJH have been. Now, flash out towards long. Davkos can be forced off the angle. Back towards Corsax. I was asking. It's so easy. Finds Tricky. And that's an important kill because Tricky's been brilliant. And Blue will fall too. Make that Jabs to follow suit. The graves are being dug one by one. And they're going 6 feet under.
They've walked into the scope weapon 3 times over. No trade, no response. And I think this is going to leave InTheClub responseless. This should be 12-3 at the half, Neo. This should be the convincing Counter-Strike we expected to see from JJH. Maybe not to this quantity and to this quality. But damn, have they looked good so far. Blue Phoenix, he will be spotted. The flank at least will be picked up upon. Face crack goes fast. He knows where both of them are. He's taken down one. It's lying a 1v5, and it doesn't matter what gun you give him in this scenario. You're not beating JJH. You are left isolated on long, and this is 12-3. This is the dream start for the Israeli core.
Yeah, dropping the Molotovs in, it's all about timing now. He's done. I mean, in this scenario, Zly's not going to find too much at all. Swing comes in. Bob's your uncle. 12-3 at the half. I mean, that is a convincing performance from the likes of JJH. Again, as we said, nothing short of spectacular. You know, Mesdo individually was brilliant. But generally speaking, as an entire team, JJH, nigh on flawless there. The 3 rounds they were lost, there was moments of individual brilliance, but that was all down to one team. Just JJH, they were unstoppable.
Unreal scenes so far in this game. Definitely has been one that both of us have just been losing our minds at how quick everything's happening as well. You know, it's not even just what's happening, it's the pace that it's all happening in as well.
Yeah, agreed.
It is.
It's been an interesting watch, though, hasn't it? It's been so far. I mean, some lightning fast Counter Strike, and you know, sometimes when you cover some of the other regions as well, you know, you look towards kind of. I think CAS is one of the more notable ones in this sense. They're very slow in their play style, very methodical. And you can say at times,
Yeah.
You know, Na'Vi like to go for that, you know, that final 15, 20 seconds pop on towards the site, go for execute, which means you know they got 1 minute 30 of doing not a lot. This is not the case we're getting here. We're getting exciting CSGO, and I'm loving every second of it.
Hopefully, we're going to be jumping into the game very shortly. There you go, mate. You just got to talk about it. That's all. You just got to, you got to say it, and the magic happens.
There we go.
12-3. 4 to the finish line for JJH International. A very long slog on the CT side required for InTheClub if they want to see themselves through to a map win here. And it all boils down what feels like just to this pistol here. Should it not happen, I think it's done. I think it's definitely safe to say this map is over. And the series lies in the map pick of the ITC side after the break. But for JJH, one round here, I feel like, pushes them to the finish line and puts them in a very comfortable spot in this series.
Do you think it's done, Retro?
Oh, 100%. I personally, yeah. I think it's over. We'll see, though. Let's see what the Behold is made of. Definitely some damage being done. The JJH side going to get overrun a bit. Blue Phoenix going to be good for some. Face crack. He'll respond. 3 versus 3. Mestal, while blind, continues to swing. Blue Phoenix picking up on some damage as well. Great spam through the smoke. Bending bullets round the vision block up. Blue Phoenix looking for more damage as well. The Glock drawn, more even done to Tricky. 1 bullet to the chest required. Face crack will find it. 13-3. And if you aren't already convinced that JJH had this in their back pocket, they are wearing a map win on their sleeve now because it's a 10-round deficit for ITC. Yeah. 13-3 the scoreline.
Oh, when you put it like that, right, you know, the 10-round deficit built up, I think it's pretty safe to say this one's done, especially for map 1 at the very least. JJH have a look on stop on. This is what we were saying about, you know, individuals like Davkos and FaceCrack having so much experience on this map. They're stepping up. Mestal as well, a lot of experience on FPL, and it's showing.
Let's see what they've got towards long here. Smoke's dropped in. Utility pretty forward. And it's another fast play for JJH. They do not want anything to do with Dust2 anymore. They're running right through them, mate. It's just death after death. Sure, kind of a half buy taken by ITC. They think that they can, you know, bring it back maybe when they've got the rifles. But at the same time, looking at the scoreline and looking just how good this JJH side are, I don't think there's any opportunity for them to get back into this game.
No, they're just, you know, padding them stats now, aren't they? Getting again a couple more to boost the rating. Of course, these all games are on HLTV now as well, so get a little bit of a better HLTV rating. Not gonna say no at all. 14-3. I gotta say, I feel like this one's done, mate. I gotta agree with you. I mean, it's such a mountain of a climb for IT to get back into this game that you gotta just lean in favor of JJH closing this out in a matter of moments.
I mean, if you didn't think it was done at the halftime whistle, surely you were convinced with how well the pistol looked for the JJH side.
Exactly.
They are going to try something fast towards short. 1-for-1 trades so far, leaving things level. Joker, the AWP will find another. Pulling out all the cards right now to try and stop the JJH side, and a good flank from Zly. This could end the bomb carrier, but having said that, oh, Davkos so aware that it could be fast. Gonna get dinked up, but he is still alive. This leaves a lot of the burden on Blue Phoenix's shoulders, but he's good for the first. Bring the numbers down to a 2v2. The M4 gonna get reloaded. Davkos lobbing in the flashbang. He's got himself a freebie. There's 1 man left towards CT. Tricky with the AWP in the 1v2. The Molotov forces him forward, and the AWP that's left in isolation. It will be no more. It's map point JJH in one of the fastest Dust2 games I think I'll ever see.
And the way in which JJH went about that on their T side, that was brilliant. They were so good at isolating the fights there. A lovely quick short pop. That's their default. Works brilliant. But it's how they set up that post plant. They're so aware that the flank's a possibility. And Zly had a really good drop on coming in behind, and he still gets read like a book. It shows how proficient JJH are at this map, and it is showing in absolute space. Davkos going to fire that opener as well. Just a 1-2 it, and he makes it a second 2. Tricky night.
3 versus 4. Blues good for 1. Jabs a second. Mestal will get one back. In a 3v2, the man advantage, the opportunity to take this 16-3. That's what they're looking for right now in the club. Have Zly and Jabs to step up to the plate and to deliver a fourth round. Tag will be found through the wall. Blue Phoenix shot down to 67 points of health. It's just Jabs left to keep them in the game. Bomb in the pocket of Blue Phoenix, who moves to the opposite side of the map. And for Jabs, the long, hard rotation required will be good for the first. AK picked up as well, but this won't halt the bomb being set down. And more importantly, Davkos is just going to be set up to hold the cross. Blue Phoenix making a meal of the jump up, but I don't think it matters all too much here. The bomb continues to tick. Blue Phoenix will take face, but in a few moments from now, Jabs will be taken down. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 16-3 map 1. It's overpass next. JJH 1-0 up. Can they continue the hot streak? We'll find out after this.